Adding band resistance to a barbell deadlift can help you accelerate the barbell at the mid and top of the lift and strengthen your lockout. However, it's common for lifters to miss out on these benefits by choosing the wrong stance or band tension. As a strength and conditioning coach, I've seen firsthand the success this variation can bring in developing both speed and strength. All right, so now to do a banded deadlift. First, we want to select our appropriate weight on the barbell. Next, we want to select our appropriate band tension. So I typically like to go between 20 to 25% of band tension. So a good example is if you're doing a 300-pound deadlift, 300 pounds on the bar, there'll be additional anywhere between 60 to 70 pounds on the bar. So now we have our weight and our band selected, we're gonna set up the bands. So you could use a dumbbell or you can use pegs if you have pegs on your platform. But you're gonna take the band, loop it around, cross it over the barbell, attach it to the other dumbbell or peg on the other side. So we have a band on one side of the bar, we're gonna do the exact same thing on the other side of the bar. We have our band set up and now we're ready to go. So to do the movement, we wanna start with our feet a little bit closer than shoulder width apart. What I want you to do is hinge at your hips to push your hips backwards so your chest is directly over the bar. We're gonna hold onto the bar just outside the width of our legs. Next, what I want you to do is take tension out the bar by flexing your lats. Flex your lats, that'll keep your back flat, keep your neutral spine, protect your low back during this movement. So again, we're hinging at the hips are pushed back, chest is over the bar, taking tension out the bar, flexing, and we're gonna push really hard on the floor so our hips and chest rise together, drive through the tension of the band and through the weight itself. At the top, I want you to hold this lockout position for 2 seconds, and then to return the weight back to the starting position, everything in reverse, just push your hips back. So now putting it all together, we're gonna step up to the bar, hand just about shoulder width apart, hinge at the hips, chest is over the bar, flex our lats, drive up fast for our chest and hips to rise together, push our hips back down to the start. Nice pro tip here, if you lack a platform with pegs on it, you can loop a band also the top of the barbell. Step on it, and this will add banded resistance to still complete the movement. If you found this video helpful, please like this video and consider subscribing. Top 3 mistakes I see as a coach during a banded deadlift are: 1, allow the spine to round during the movement using the incorrect band tension. So right here you can see there's way too many bands looped around on this bar. And lastly, having a poor starting stance. Most of the time, you see the bar way too far away from someone's shins during this movement. Poor initial setup can result in a rounded back during the lift, particularly if the lats aren't engaged and the hips aren't used to effectively drive the lift, which could lead to potential injury risks. Ensuring the bands provide appropriate tension and correctly setting up your stance are crucial to reaping the full benefits of the banded deadlift. Another pro tip, an effective way to gauge band resistance is by using a luggage scale to measure the tension at the top of the lift. Banded deadlifts can be strategically added to your workouts to focus on either strength or for power development. For strength, typically recommend 3 to 6 sets of 1 to 5 reps at 85% or greater of your 1 rep max, with the band tension contributing an additional 20 to 25%. For power, I suggest 6 to 8 sets of 1 to 3 reps at 40% 1 rep max, plus 20 to 25% band tension. You can employ the dynamic effort method to hone in on power, which involves lifting a lighter load at a high velocity. The objective is to move the weight swiftly, fostering a greater force output than slower maximal lifts. So now getting onto the muscles work during the banded deadlifts. Banded deadlifts predominantly work the posterior chain, with a particular focus on the glutes, the hamstrings, and the erector spinae. In regards to the gluteus maximus plays a pivotal role in the lift's hip hinge and extension phases. Now with the hamstrings, the bicep femoris, semimembranosus, and semitendinosus all make up the hamstrings, which assist with the hip extension during the lockout phase. And the erector spinae are the lower back muscles that are essential for maintaining a stable, neutral spine throughout the lift. So the 4 key reasons to incorporate banded deadlifts into your training. First one is we can work on accelerating the bar speed near the top. Banded deadlifts encourage you to apply maximum force through the entire lift, particularly beneficial for breaking through the sticking points. The bands add resistance where it's most challenging, demanding more speed and power to complete the lockout phase. Going with that, it helps strengthen the lockout phase. So this variation is especially useful for those who struggle during the lockout phase of the deadlift. By adding resistance at the top of the lift, you target the glutes and improve hip extension strength, directly improving your ability to lock out effectively. You can also work on improving movement mechanics. The addition of bands serves as an external cue to maintain proper bar path and position, making deviations from the optimal bar path more challenging and thereby enforcing stricter technique. Lastly, banded deadlifts help engage lats for bar path control. Keeping the lats tight is crucial for controlling the barbell's trajectory. The The increased demand from bands amplifies the necessity for engaged lats, helping to prevent the bar from pulling you out of balance. So whether you aim to break through a plateau, strengthen your lockout, or build more explosive power, banded deadlifts offer an effective approach to achieving these goals. For more deadlift variations, check out powerliftingtechnique.com or subscribe for more videos.